United will not go quietly into the night. Europa League night, season-defining night. Ruben Amorim's moment. He is in full defiance that Manchester United's season will not end tonight. It is a crucial night ahead against Real Sociedad. This is your warm-up show here on FUTV United TV. Give me your thoughts, give me your predictions, give me your lineups. Mine is at the bottom of the screen right there, right now. That's what I think is going to be lining up for United tonight. We will get the win tonight. Real Sociedad do not travel well at all. They are crap, but they were the last team to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford in the Europa League. And that is something that they are clinging on to, I am sure, in their team talks and going into this game. Will they get them good vibes back again? I watched that team. I watched Sociedad last week. There is zero excuses for Manchester United tonight. We were on a mini high. Can we call it a mini high? A little bit of an uplifting moment against Arsenal. Crowd was up. Atmosphere was up. Bruno pulling strings. Holding Arsenal off, who had just scored 7 the previous game. And absolutely should have won that game against Arsenal. Creating chances. Garnacho working hard. Zirkzee linking play up. Bruno pulling strings. Defence standing solid. And Onana making no mistakes. I'll take all of that tonight, and United walk into the quarterfinals and the last 8 draw. Well, the draw is already done. I think we're going to be getting managerless Leon in the next round if we do get through tonight. So we've got to get through tonight, and I don't want to look too far ahead to the quarterfinals, but I can't help myself. And I feel like United have got, like I just said then, zero excuse for not going through tonight. How do we beat Real Sociedad? We turn up. There's no tactics. There is zero input into that side of things in terms of systems, formations, whatever it's going to take this player out the game, double up on this player, hit this formation, and certain phases of playing this. Turn up, play your game, and you will win. I'm kind of giving up on any system and formation right now. We'll see glimpses of it here and there, and of course we're going to get one with Ruben Amorim in charge. But these players just have to turn up tonight. If you turn up like you did against Arsenal, we're in the quarterfinal. It's as simple as that. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not try and build this up into something that it shouldn't be. The importance of the game is there. Yes, it's massive. And it is crucial for Manchester United's season. But let's be honest, Sociedad are crap. And yet, I don't even know if Zubimendi is back in the side. Even with him in the side, I'm not concerned. They were toothless up front. And if United do blow this one, this place is going to cave in tonight, honestly. And this fan base will be out on its ass, completely giving up on this team. They have to make it happen tonight, and I think we will make it happen tonight. I am really confident. I'm going to run through my team first of all. I'm going to get all of your comments in on what you think regarding this game tonight. What Ruben Amorim has said. There's plenty of quotes we want to get through as well on this, but let's get into the team first of all, because I know all you want to do is talk about football and talk about this game tonight. Is tonight going to be the night for Rasmus Højlund? Are we going to see goals from him? Is that goal-scoring machine in the Europa League going to return to Old Trafford tonight? I don't know. Is the honest... I don't know. But Law of Averages says that Rasmus Højlund steps up tonight. He should be fresh after only played a few minutes against Arsenal and raring to go. And that speed and that agility and everything else that he's got will hopefully carry him over the line and get him a goal. Well, that's wishful thinking, obviously, because he hasn't done much of that this season, has he? Let's be fair. But still, no matter which way you look at this, there is no excuse for any player. So Rasmus goes into my side. He does. He is also joined by his fellow countryman, Patrick Dorgu, at wing-back, who returns from suspension. Yes! A wing-back. In a wing-back position, in a formation, dominated by wing-back moving forward and creating in this team. That is everything that I want to see, and I cannot wait for next season when we actually have 2 of them in our team, and we've got 2 players bombing forward down that wing with full-on attacking intentions. We just don't get it with Dalot. We don't get it with Mazraoui. It was different against Arsenal. They both played well, both provided, and maybe that is something that we can latch on to. One more game without Dorgu, which is obviously Leicester on Sunday. And then we're back to full strength, and Dorgu can play every single game. Thank God for that. I think it's important that United do actually keep Dorgu in the team, because it's going to help them going forward. I think Dorgu being in this team helps these players get used to actually playing with high-lined wing-backs, as in pushing forward a lot more. Look at the starting position in the game against Sociedad in Spain last week, where Dorgu was compared to where Dalot was in terms of starting positions at the moves. When the centre-backs pick up the ball, he knows where to be. Dalot is still alongside the bleeding centre-back. He's not moved. And there's no option there, and then there's no support. So if it does go into the likes of Bruno, who's trying to spray it out wide, I'll look for the target man. Target man's because Sociedad played very narrow, were taken up. Zirkzee did well in what he did, but it was very narrow. We always had room out wide. And look at them one moment when Dalot did get forward and didn't play the ball. Look at what Garnacho did when he got forward out wide. There was no one out there, because they don't expect Manchester United to do that. And our tactics have always been going through the middle. So, Dorgu plays, obviously, and Dalot is clearly going to be on the other side. So, there's your wing-backs. No Yoro, no Maguire, no Martinez. It's going to be De Ligt, Lindelof and Mazraoui for me. I think that's how he's going to play it. I'd be very surprised if he starts 7, even though I would love to see more of him. And he was very, very impressive in that game against Arsenal when he came on. But we know Ruben is very, very keen on not overcooking the youngsters and definitely reining them in a little bit when it comes to, yeah, you're in the team and you've made it sort of factor. And that, I think, is where he's at with Aiden Heaven right now as well. I do believe that he will get game time. I think he will feature in the Premier League. He may even feature in this game later on, but he's definitely not starting. I think Manuel Ugarte being back in training is huge for Manchester United, because it gives Bruno that little bit more licence to bomb on forward. Even Ugarte will move forward as well in tonight's game, I feel. It's going to be Bruno and Manuel Ugarte in that holding position for me, and Bruno will be pulling the strings from there, as he has started to do more often now throughout the games under Ruben Amorim. He is he's definitely adapting his role in Manchester United's side to playing deeper and then moving forward, and then the energy that he carries and the enthusiasm he brings is bringing him up and down that pitch. And we've seen that over the last few games. He's been very, very good for us. Hopefully we get the Bruno tonight again, captain leading by example, and we get the job done with him. Up front, like I said, is Rasmus Højlund, and then I do believe it will be the same supporting act as it was last week in Spain, with Garnacho on the right-hand side and Zirkzee floating in between middle and left. He wasn't predominantly left all of the time. Picked up that role and was awkward to pick up for Sociedad, and I think he plays that role quite well. I don't like him as 9, although I was fully understanding of why he played him against Arsenal. We needed a target man. There were going to be direct and long balls going out every 5-10 minutes out of that Man United defence, and Zirkzee played his role there. But this game we need to win. We cannot be sitting back in this game and holding out and hoping that one of our chances that comes, if we do get any that is going to be taken by one of the forwards. No, and bloody no, it's not going to work for us. So, I feel like we are going to have to be direct, and I think that team right there, and I've got it all up at the bottom of the screen for you just to clarify what my team would be. That's my predicted 11. That's what I think Amorim is going to go with. Ideally, I would like different players in there. I would like to see Yoro in that team, for instance, instead of Victor Lindelof. I haven't got an issue with Mazraoui or De Ligt, but I would prefer to see Lenny Yoro there. But he's injured. In terms of the forward line, well, there's probably only one man I would like to see in there, and that is obviously Ahmad, who is still going to be out injured. Or even Mason Mount. But let's be honest, Mason Mount isn't going to be available until after the international break, so we can look forward to seeing him in games when we get back from internationals at the end of this month. And that pretty much is the team and what I think is going to happen. Let's get into some of your comments on your teams and what you would pick in the lineup today. Plenty of people in there already giving their predictions. Please do give the video a like as well. Make sure you have it, that subscribe button. Thank you for all your comments before I was on Sky Sports. Thanks for all of the positive feedback from that video. Thank you very much, everybody. Wesley Lance says, Adam, I think we should buy Gibbs White. He will suit our game of play with Amorim's style. What do you think, Adam? We can't get him, mate. He's going to be in the Champions League next season with Forest. And we need to be in the Champions League. If United win the Europa League, maybe there is an angle there. There you go. I mean, that ultimately is where we're actually at right now and how important this night is. It could actually determine what happens in the summer. And it is the start of Manchester United finishing out and getting to the final and winning it And this is how important it is. Like, they have to be able to handle the pressure tonight, Manchester United, because it's only going to get more and more and more as this competition goes on. If they fail tonight, I don't know what I'll say. I don't know what I'll do. I was saying something after the game, but I mean, my God, if they fail tonight, then I don't know where we go. This season, I said this on Sky before, I said the season's pretty much over. There's nothing to play for. And there is absolutely no chance that he's going to be able to get all of them players that Sir Jim Radcliffe has slaughtered, well, not slaughtered, but basically told they're not good enough or overpaid. How's he going to get them on board? How? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know is the answer. Let's just see what we've got here. Mr. D, you've been saying that for the past 19 matches. I don't know what that is. That's replying to somebody else. Sorry, everyone. Let me just see. I had in order for us to win tonight, it's quite simple. Do the basics right, communicate effectively, and create some chances for our strikers. And don't shoot from silly distances. 2-0 United. Well, to be honest, mate, last few games we've actually scored a few goals from distance, so I don't mind. I don't mind a few pop shots every now and then. As long as we're following them in, and as long as we've actually got someone actually there, to pick up the pieces, like it always seems to be for the opposition for us. Every time Anana spills one out, you're looking at someone else just running right in on it. Why can't we do that? Daniel says, season is over if they lose. Only playing for pride, and the gaffer's job is exponentially harder to motivate the players to finish strong. Oh yeah, it would be. It definitely would be. Will United win tonight? Is the poll running by right now? Yes, 82% of you have said no, 9%. Too afraid to guess have also said 9%, or 9% of you have said that. Yeah, I get it. You don't want to curse it. So Jim interview was such a crap PR stunt, says Modern Samurai. Don't worry, Rasmus, touch of stone, Highland will save us. I don't think we need saving. Right now. We're in a good position in this game. Just go out and bleed and win it. It's simples. That's it. Like Dacia Sandero said it there as well. Like, basic football, turn up, we will win the game. Zero excuses for Manchester United tonight. We are going to win. It's as simple as that. Nothing else at all needs to be spoken about. We'll deal with everything else afterwards in the aftermath if things go wrong. But right now, there is no negatives. The title may say United's season could be over, but Ruben Amorim is ready. He has been full on about winning now. Winning at Old Trafford, and it starts this season. He needs wins now. All he cares about is the next game. And tonight is that important game. It will set the rest of the season up. We do this, we get a result against Leicester at weekend, we're then into a 2-week break. We're coming towards the back end of March. At least then we'll have something to play for in the last couple of months of the season, because I think we will beat Lyon. I don't rate that team right now. And with no manager in situ there because of his ban, Fonseca that is, then Manchester United really should be favourites for that as well. Someone came to me in the comments section earlier on when we was talking about it. United turn up in big games. United will show. But even in two-legged games, you look at the opposition, United are still not good enough. Yeah, we are. Like, we do turn up in big games. We turned up against Liverpool. We turned up against Arsenal. We turned up against City. We can definitely do it in one-off games. And if you're talking about this season, all depending on the Europa League, and everything moving on past there, then really, you forget about the Premier League. You just use that game to work on things. You give players the game time that's necessary, and you make sure that you're prioritising the Europa League where necessary. I'm not saying forget about the Premier League, but if there's a player, an important player, that isn't quite there or not quite at it, he does not play. It has to be all on. The best team plays in the Europa League right now. It's a season salvager, is what it is, the Europa League, and we need to be winning it. Simple. And Joe, you know what? Even if it's going further down the line and having a good cup run, maybe we don't win it because we do fall. But if we get to the back end of April and then there's not that long to go in the season, at least we've had something to cling on to. Look, no Man United fan is or is thinking like we are going to win this league. We're going to turn a corner this season. We just want the season over, don't we? That's all we want. We just want the season over, and we want to be working on that somewhat and bringing in the right players for the club. Big up the legend. That is Roddy Johnson, says UK. Roddy's in the house. Lots of the mods are in the house as well. I can see quite a few of them right now. We've got Gray, we've got Stu, we've got Modern Samurai, UK Strange. Roddy's in there as well. Give me some predictions in who's scoring goals for us tonight, people. That's what I want to know. Gary says 2-0 United. Rasmus to break his drought and De Ligt with a monster header. Oosh! I'll take it. What else have we got here in terms of this? I'd even play a low block tonight, like we did against Arsenal, Liverpool and City, just to ensure winning tonight. I know it's not the future going forward, but this match represents our season. I don't think it plays into our hands, though, that tonight. I don't think we can play low block. Because Sociedad are not going to play a certain way that will help us playing a low block. Low block only works when you've got an opposition that plays into it, as in a dominating team. Sociedad are not that. They haven't got the teeth to really get into Manchester United and tear us apart. So low block I don't think works tonight at all. And that, for me, is why we need to be out there attacking, and there needs to be a different type of game plan than we had against Arsenal at weekend, because the low isn't going to work. The low's not going to work. I mean, the low, as in the low block, not the low, isn't going to work tonight. I'm pretty certain it would fail miserably. Absolutely, we need to be sure when taking a crack at goal. It's all about decision making, create chances for our Rasmus, and I'm sure he will score. We should be dispatching Sociedad with ease. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure he will score. Rasmus Højlund definitely doesn't give you any guarantees when it comes to scoring goals, does he? Not a chance. Let me see what we've got. The confidence from winning the Europa might help the Premier League results. Yeah, confidence spreads when you start winning games. And if United go through into a quarter-final, then going into games in the Premier League, like, we have got something to play for. I want to do well in the Premier League because I want to be in that team for the Europa League. If we go out of the Europa League, can't be asked. That's literally what it feels like how it's going to break down, how it's going to happen for the now until the end of the season. I think that's the worry. And you know you're thinking it. I'm saying it right now, but you are thinking it right now. Even if you don't want to say it, if we do go out, then the season is over. And you know it is. Because there's nothing to play for at all. We're not going to get in Europe. Everything is going to feel downbeat. The whole atmosphere around every game. I don't know what we do. It'll be sort of that solemn, pre-season, horrible, pointless sort of game feel about it. You know, the end of the season games when we're all saying that these players are on the beach. It'll have that vibe around it. I guarantee it. That's what it'll be. 100% that's what it'll be. Almost at the 100 like mark, everybody. Let's get them likes up. Please, everyone. Keep them piling in. I hope we go for it. This playing for penalties is so sad and heartbreaking. No penalties, please. I had enough of them this week watching the bleeding Champions League. Double hit or not? Alvarez, Madrid, should they have gone through? Oh, that was debatable, wasn't it? That was debatable. And yeah, when you look at it, tonight, there's no excuse for United to go into penalties. Like, Sociedad don't score. They really don't. They were handed that goal on the plate, that penalty. And yeah, when you look at it, they didn't create much else until after that penalty went in and the confidence was up. And that really is where we're at with Sociedad. They don't create anything. United should be able to see this game out. They just have to play with confidence. And when you look at what they did offer up until that 70th minute, there's nothing to concern you. And that, I think, is how United need to look at it. They need to be brave tonight. And I think Ruben Amorim will set them out in a way where it's go out and get them goals. Let's make this night as easy as possible. It has to be. Is there anyone in my team that's running across the bottom of the screen right now that you disagree with? Everybody, get your comments in. Talk to me about players that you need to see playing. Is there anyone that you feel is going to play in replace of anyone that's at the bottom of my screen there? That's my predicted lineup. What do you reckon? So in goal, Andre Onana. Back three of Mazraoui, De Ligt and Victor Lindelof. Wing-backs will be Dargu on the left, Dalot on the right. Midfield 2 of Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes. And a front 3 of Rasmus Højlund, supported either side in his 10s with Garnacho and Joshua Zirkzee. I think we'll have the likes of Casemiro, Toby Collier, Eriksen on the bench, obviously. Are they good enough to change the game? I don't know. Really, they're not goal scorers, so I don't know. I'm hoping that the team on the pitch get the job done, and then we can show things up with bringing on a bit of experience. That's what I want to see happen. And obviously, without Chido there as well, they haven't got that extra goal threat. Eriksen could come on and give us something different. Maybe he should start. Talk to me, everybody. Let me know what you think about that. Let me just see. Just win and try to win with some football style, please, says Harry. I think Casemiro will play instead of... yeah, I think you're going to change that one. I just started reading it out and he's deleted it because he said Casemiro will play instead of Casemiro, maybe. 2 Casemiros on the pitch. Oh, he's not that bad, is he? Let me see. Madrid could go out if the semis and FIFA would still find a way to give them the trophy. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean by that, Gary. It does feel like everything is sort of like programmed into Real Madrid staying in this competition as long as possible, doesn't it? I understand that, but how did these lads get on the list? I'm not too sure what you're talking about then. Tomo reckons that Ugarte will be on the bench and Casemiro will start this game. I think he needs Ugarte's energy in there. I think he needs his snap. I think he needs his bite. And I do think that he would drive that season on. Drive the team on. He would. I'll be there hoping to see a goal or two, says Babs. I hope to see you as well, Babs. And I hope that you do see them goals going in this game. Because it is one of them that you look at on paper and go, right, they're crap. We need to be scoring goals. It's a perfect chance for some of these forwards to grab the game by the scruff of the neck, boost their confidence, score a few goals, and springboard yourselves into the rest of the season and play out the rest of the season in form. Because let's not forget, Ruben Amorim knows that these players are probably all going to be going in the summer. So what are these players going to do? Are they going to prove, like Ruben Amorim says, to Jim Ratcliffe wrong? Are they going to show another club that they have got qualities? Because if no one comes in for him, they're stuck here. And you're going to have to play under Ruben Amorim still because the ownership is fully supportive of him and he's going to be here for a very long time. In his interview with Sky, he's talking about staying for a very long time and he feels like the club want him there for a long time. I'm just going to go through Ruben Amorim's quotes, actually. Ruben Amorim on Sir Jim Ratcliffe. This was from the Sky interview. He really loves the club. I know he's doing difficult things, but we have a good relationship and we want to succeed. I already knew that. We talk a lot. Even before matches, we talk about football. It's a good thing because it's different when it's said publicly and it shows confidence. And that was off Sir Jim Ratcliffe backing Ruben Amorim publicly. Ruben Amorim says, if we look at our performances, we can do much better. We are a big club. Everybody has a comfortable life. So we have to improve our results and performances. He's saying they need to do more, basically. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't think that you've made it. I think that's the message in that there for me. Ruben Amorim on his reaction when he saw the new stadium. You imagine the future, you see the stadium, but it's more than that. It's the future of the club. It's an extraordinary stadium. More space for more people because we're a huge club. But that's in 5 years. Maybe 6, maybe 7. I don't know. So we have to focus on the present and present and at the present to improve the team and win games. Again, like deflecting away from everything that people have been talking about. And he wants to deal with the football. He wants to deal with the now. We'd love to open the new stadium with Ruben Amorim at the helm, says Omar Barada. Ruben Amorim on this. It's nice to hear. I felt that support in every game because whether we win or lose, they're there. They're in the locker room talking about the game, about the future. I've always felt that support, but hearing it publicly is a different thing. But we need to concentrate on the now and win games still and improve. Ruben Amorim asked when the last time he told Sir Jim Ratcliffe to F off was. No comment, says Ruben Amorim, while laughing at the same time. I love this guy, I really do. Amorim on whether it gives him more confidence to have received support from Sir Jim Radcliffe and Omar Baradov. It's more important for others. Not for me. I'm a confident man and I'm very honest with myself. I see our performances and our results. Support is good, but I don't lie to myself. I always have confidence in my abilities, but I focus more on performances and results than on what others say. But it's very important because it gives stability to the club. There is a plan and owner, a general manager, a coach, and we're going to take time to try and get things back on track. And that's a good thing. Lots of quotes from Ruben Amorim in this interview. I know I am sincere. I know and I sincerely believe that those in charge, he means, all want to stay here for many years. All want me to stay here for many years, sorry. And I want to stay here for many years also. But we have to win games. That's why I know that's in this kind of club with the exposure we have. With the past we have, I know that we have to improve things as soon as possible. Of course, we have a plan, and that's a good thing. I know how I can play, and I feel the support of the board. The plan is there, but we have to win. It's all about the now. It's all about winning now. He said it when we were talking about it in the press conference yesterday. He said, the stadium is in the future. This is the now. I want to win trophies at Old Trafford. This could be the first one. It could. And I think there is a huge opportunity here for Manchester United. I really do. And I think this team is good enough to actually get something out of the Europa League. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to blow teams away. I just think that we've got enough to turn up on the odd occasion. And with nothing to fight for in the league, I think concentrate on that and then we go on from there. And I think that's what United need to do now. We need to be looking ahead. We need to be looking at what we can do in these games, in these two-legged games. Go into them with a different mindset. We cannot do any more than what we're doing in the Premier League. All it is just a chance for these players to show that they're still interested and they can play. And they can use it as a training session to show Ruben Amorim that we are still here. And that, I feel, is what these players need to be looking at the rest of this season for. Their futures are hanging in the balance. If they come away from this, and all of a sudden, you've got a trophy in the bag, everything changes. Everything changes. The whole mood, the opportunity levels, everything goes on to a different level. Super chat in from Welshman Forever. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Adam, you at the game tonight? If you are, can you do a live on the game, but just show the crowd and not the game itself? I'm in the press box tonight. I don't think I'll be allowed to, mate. But yeah, something that we've actually thought about trying to do before. It all depends on signal and stuff like that. But yeah, it's one that we've tried to look into and think that might be doable in the future, but I don't know. I don't know is the answer to it. We can always try. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Really appreciate that, mate. FA Cup was a good opportunity to have European football next season. It was, Jonathan. Thursday, Sunday football is off the table next season for United. I suppose it's a good thing. I'm sick of it. I hate Thursday, Sunday football. I'd love to have some games on a Saturday. The good old-fashioned Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs. This is the last that we'll play in the Europa League for at least a year now. So make the most of it this season. Go out there. Get it won. That's what it's all about. Oof, 80%. We win as much as I'd like to believe that. No way am I confident. A draw at best. Ooh, Nick's going with a draw. That's off the poll he's talking about there. 79% of the poll right now is saying that United will get the win tonight. And we're into the last 8. You cannot ignore the last 8 then. When you're in the last 8 of a tournament or a cup competition or whatever, you're in it, aren't you? 8 teams left. You're looking at them 8 teams and you're going, we're better or we're not. We're up against it. We can win it. You're looking at it, right? That's a serious business end of the competition now. Heading into spring, you're into the quarterfinals. This is where it all counts. Get the job done tonight. Let's beat Leicester at weekend. And then let's look ahead to finishing this season strongly. And that, I feel, has to be the mindset of all these Manchester United players and Ruben Amorim. And I think Ruben Amorim is on that train. I think he is actually looking at it that way. I feel like Ruben knows what he's got in this team, and he knows the capabilities are there to win this tournament. They are. We can win the Europa League. I'm telling everybody that right now. And please don't revert back to looking back on previous shows when I said we were going to get top 4 either. Yeah, I did get the loss on that one. I'll admit that. I've held my hands up many a times to that. But I just know that these players, like they did on Sunday, can turn up in important games. Treat every single Europa League tie now like it is a bleeding cup final, and we should be able to get through and over the line. The opposition is not that good. The one team that I'm scared about is probably Bilbao. That's the one that I'm scared about. They've got a history with United, and I don't think that's an easy game at all. I mean, they are challenging up there in La Liga right now. I'm pretty certain they're still top 4 in La Liga, Bilbao. So that is a very, very difficult game for United. Past that, honestly, you've got Spurs. Obviously, you've got Roma in there as well. Lazio. Is Roma actually in it? I need to double check that. Actually, am I getting mixed up with Lazio? But yeah, I honestly don't understand how this team has got to where it is right now. I really don't, and I do think that we have got capabilities. But I'm always that comment that just came in there. I'm not 100% confident. I'm not. I cannot be confident. I get it. I do. There is just something in this team, embedded in this team, that capitulates when the pressure's on. And yeah, Roma's still in it. Thank you. You got UK strains. I thought they were. Lazio will go through. They're on the other side of the draw, though, I think, aren't they, Lazio? Yeah, good final against Lazio. We've got to get through our own games first of all, though. Oh, God. We could really do with some players being fit and back. If we get through this tie tonight, like looking ahead, that's the worry, isn't it? That's the worry. Have we got enough? We need some of these players. You know what? More than anything, we need these players to start scoring goals. We need these players to start scoring goals, I feel. Roma are 2-1 up from the last leg. Thanks for that, Welsh man forever. Lazio is playing a Pilsner. Yep. Right. Who are the worrying teams for you? Get into the comment section, actually. If United do progress, who are you worried about? What teams are the ones that you're looking at going, I don't like that. Would rather avoid that. Actually, let me have a look. Let's get it up, actually. While we're on, let's have a look. Boop, 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 boop. Right. Okay, so in terms of the teams, obviously Spurs Alkmaar we know about. Lyon are 3-1 up. They're going to be who we get in the next round. Let's just see. I need to get the actual thing up. Bear with me a second. Right. Okay, here we go. Right, so what we have got, looking at this right now, we got Fenerbahce are going to go out. We know that. I can't see them beating Rangers. Oh, it is Lazio against Bilbao. Right, okay. So Lazio can meet Bilbao in the next few rounds. That's the important one, I think, more than anything. That, I feel, is the crunch one for Manchester United. So, let's have a look. Roma, Fenerbahce, going into that one. Sociedad, quarterfinals. Yeah. Is it Roma? So it is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just looking at this right now. It's Roma against Athletic, isn't it? Oh my God, right, okay. Let me just get this up again. I'm looking at the fixtures right now. Right, okay. So, Bodo Glimt will go through against Olympiacos. It is Bilbao who are 2-1 down to Roma after the first leg, which is interesting. Sorry about that, everyone. I was just trying to get the results up. I think Lazio will go through. Bodo Glimt will go through. Roma or Bilbao. I prefer playing Roma, personally. I prefer playing Italian teams to Spanish sides anyway. I think we always struggle against Spanish sides. Eintracht Frankfurt and Ajax. Frankfurt losing a couple of players in January. Not as concerned with them. They're 2-1 up against Ajax anyway. They're the early kick-off. We'll know what if Lazio are through from Pilsen's game before we kick off, because they're the early one as well. And like we said, like in our round of fixtures, Lyon are probably looking like they're going to beat Stuart, and we're going to be up against Lyon in the quarterfinals if we win our game. And that, I feel, I think that's the important part of it. That, I think, when you look at it there, we'll beat Sociedad tonight. We'll get into the quarterfinal. We'll have Lyon in the next round. And then Rangers will probably have Roma. Roma will probably beat Rangers. And we'll probably get Roma, I feel, in the semi-final. And then you're looking at the other side of the draw there. I mean, yeah, there's a good chance. I don't think Spurs are good enough to beat Lazio. And they will get them in the semi-final if they get through. Obviously, they play Frankfurt or Ajax in the quarterfinals. I think that's a harder draw for Spurs as well. So, yeah, honestly, I think we're on the better side of the draw. And hopefully we can build up some confidence going into getting up to the semi-final stage. Look, I'm talking like I'm already there. I know what's in front of us, but that's what it gives you. Say, for instance, you win tonight. You start looking at that draw table. Then you're like getting your hopes up. It just gives the fans something else to cling on to. It gives us that hope that, we're talking about permutations and this team. Are we going to be travelling there? What's our record against them? Oh, should we start booking tickets for the final? And all of this starts to bubble up. And that, at the end of the day, is where United are at tonight. And that's how important this game is. It gives us something to cling on to. It gives us something to talk about. Because no win tonight, oh my God, can you imagine the conversation within the fan base if United do not win tonight? I mean, good God, it will be the pits, won't it? It really will. I can't handle it, honestly. The negative vibe around Man United right now, I can't handle any more of that. Like, win tonight, just put it to bed. And then we can look forward to the weekend's football and the break. And then when April comes, the weather's better and everyone's a little bit more upbeat. We can start looking into some positive conversations about possibly going all the way, because I think we will. I think for United, looking at that there, meeting up with Lyon in the next round, possibly then it will be, I'm guessing it's going to be Roma in the semi-final. I don't mind that. I think United should be confident in winning them games. I do. Lyon, Roma, and then I'm guessing probably Lazio final, Lazio Spurs final. Going off it anyway, after quality of teams. That's what I'm thinking. We don't count out the likes of Frankfurt as well, making it through on Spurs' side of the draw. It could be Frankfurt against Lazio in the semi-final, maybe. Spurs have got a job to do on their own tonight, which is obviously getting through that tie against AZ, because they're losing in that one. But yeah, I think everything is open and possible for United when it comes to this Europa League. And tonight sets everything up for us. It really does. We lose tonight. Tomorrow, PR narrative by Gary Neville will be a new women's stadium and Qatar buying out the Glazers. Spurs could go out tonight. Yeah, they could if they don't turn up, but I think they will. My prediction is Adam to get the press box ban following United getting knocked out. No, I'll keep calm tonight. I will keep my counsel. I won't lose it tonight. Get outside and I'll just let loose if we don't win this game tonight. Oh, God. United's biggest problem is losing confidence in the game. I went bottle it, then it will be embarrassing. There's a couple of typos in there, mate. Sorry. That's your Sandero. That's the worry. Adam, if we go out tonight, it's the rest of the season. Will our players be motivated? No, they won't. Tonight is a bigger game than just advancement into the quarters. 100% agree on the lineup. Is everyone else clear on that lineup? Do you like it? At least Ruben will be safe if we lose tonight. I get it, Adam, I know. Vote of confidence is already in the bag for Ruben Amorim. Let's see what else we've got in here. Hello, Adam. Do you think Mason Mount will feature tonight? No, he's not. We've already heard from Ruben Amorim. He said he's not ready. Mason Mount will be back, just so everybody knows, after the international break. He won't even be fit enough for Leicester unless we see a miracle. What's the point in rushing Mason Mount back for Leicester? We've got enough to beat them. Rest him out. Give us 2 weeks break then. And then we go back into the Premier League fixtures and the Europa League in a couple of weeks' time. I think the Europa League kickstarts again. Let me just see what them dates are at, actually. Let's see if the dates are actually on this. Right, bear with me a second. Right, so if we do get through, Manchester United will be playing on the 10th of April. So we get a couple of weeks off from... that's 3 weeks off, isn't it, actually? From the Europa League after tonight. So yeah, a bit of a break for United, which is interesting. Definitely a chance to rest some players, maybe get some players back from injury. If we can get by the end of this week, then the rest for the players that's come in, obviously with internationals, and not so many games piled into the fixtures coming up into April. When you look at that, you've got Lenny Yoro coming back, he could be fit. You could get Harry Maguire back playing again. Obviously, you're going to have the likes of Mason Mount back now. He's in training. Are we going to see Luke Shaw? I'm not getting my hopes up. But you see there, like Maguire, Yoro, Mount, got them players on the bench, or them players to come on and influence the game. Having that extra number 10 to mix it up for Ruben could be the difference from winning a crucial game in the Europa League and getting into that final and not. And the season being over. That's where we're at with it. And that, I feel, right now, is why tonight is so important, because we can't help but look ahead and we can't help but feel how important this game is tonight for United. I'm hoping that everybody carries on that momentum from weekend, because we've seen some really good performances from United players, ones that have been heavily criticised as well in recent weeks, like Garnacho. Thought he was excellent against Arsenal at weekend. He worked his socks off in that game. Mazraoui's been a bit off it. He was excellent in that game. Lindelof, my pet hates at United. I couldn't fault him. I thought he did a shift for the team, and I'll call it as it is, as I always do. We need that type of performance, but in an advanced style, sorry. And that's your concern. It's all right sitting back with no expectations. Everybody's behind you. But when that crowd expects, when that crowd thinks that you should be pushing on and chasing that game down and getting the win against Sociedad under the floodlights in a European game, can you handle it? That's that jelly baby feeling inside. That's what concerns me more than anything. In the immortal words of Michael Owen, if we score more, we will win. Yes, I remember them quotes from Michael Owen. I really do, yes. Those jokes about Mount and Shaw is funny. They won't be fit for long, bro. I love, mate. I'm just saying it as it is. I get what you're saying. Like, no one's got confidence that they're going to be continuously playing week in, week out in this team from now until the end of the season. We may see the odd, substitution appearance here and there with him. That's about it. And that's all I'm hoping. Maybe you could just give Ruben a bit of a different option up front. And it's Mason Mount I'm holding on to. I don't care for Luke Shaw. I think his career is over, personally. And Mason Mount can make a huge difference for Manchester United. Do you think Leon and Bodo Glimt will win tonight? Yep. Leon are already 3-1 up, and Bodo are cruising in their game as well. I fancy United, if we're coming up against anyone like that, to progress in this competition. I do. I really do. But look, please give the video a like on the way out. That is our warm-up show done for everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Epic, great comments as always. Thank you to the super chats. Thank you to all the mods in there as well, of which there are plenty, helping out and getting them questions off everybody and keeping the chat going basically there. I can see the positive vibes that have been generated in the chats. Credit to you all. Let's see if we're thinking that way after the game is finished though. And I will see you in and around Old Trafford at some point tonight, talking about United being in the last 8. Please do it for us. This is it, United. Let's have it tonight. Cheers, everybody. I will see you all later on this evening. It will be me and Kaz in the press box tonight, everyone. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And Like I said, United win, for God's sake. See you in a bit, everybody. Give the video a like on the way out. Subscribe to FUTV United TV. Have a great evening. Enjoy the game, people.